One of the things that can really help when you're playing over a 2-5-1 progression is to intuitively know how the arpeggios, the related arpeggios, fit together in any position. And one of the things I've done over the years is create a little study, a little etude that cycles through 5 of the most common positions and allows you to drill them so you can learn them unconsciously, so you can forget about that and just concentrate on making the music. And so that's the thing I thought I'd focus on this week. So what I've done is I've created a PDF that you can download, and I'll attach it to the description field. So if you want to get into the individual notes of exactly what I'm playing, you can just download that and use that. If you have a look at that, you'll actually see that each arpeggio I've labelled up, I've given it 2 pieces of information basically. One is the actual chord that I'm playing over, that the arpeggio is based on. And the other piece of information is the shape that I've got in my mind when I'm playing in that particular position. So if I'm playing around an E minor bar chord, then I'll write an E minor 7th shape next to that, just to give you something to visualize and work against. So the shapes themselves are all based around this sort of 9th fret position, and I'm starting in the key of B major. So my first 3 chords are the 2-5-1 in B major, which is C sharp minor to F sharp 7 to B major. So let's try that. So for C sharp minor 7th up on the 9th fret, that's just sort of an E minor bar chord, so the arpeggio around that is just this one. And then F sharp 7th in here is just sort of an A7 shape, so playing back down with that. And then B major 7th is based around this sort of D bar chord here, which would be this shape. So my 2-5-1 in this position would look like this. Okay, from there I modulate to A major. So the 2-5-1 in A major is going to be B minor 7th to E 7th to A major 7th. Let's try that. So in this position, a B minor 7th chord is based around this sort of D minor bar chord, and the arpeggio would look like this. And coming back down, I'm going to be playing E7, and in this position that's based around this sort of G major bar chord. So I'll just play down that. And then we have A major 7th, which is based on sort of a C bar chord in this position. So playing through those we have. And then we modulate to G major. And so the 2-5-1 in this position is going to be A minor 7th, D 7th and G major 7th. So let's try that. So in this position we're playing an A minor chord, which looks like that, and the arpeggio looks like this. And coming back down we're playing D 7th, so that's a bar chord, bar E on the 10th fret. And then G major 7th would be based on the A major 7th shape, bar chord on the 10th fret, so the arpeggio would be based around that. Hopefully you can start to see that there's a structure here. The next key that I modulate to is F major, so I start with G minor 7th to C 7th to F major. Let's try that. Okay, so this time we're going to be playing a G minor 7th, so we're up on the 10th fret, so that's actually an A minor bar chord, so the arpeggio would look like this. Coming back down we're playing C 7th, so that's kind of a D7 bar chord on the 10th fret, so that would look like this. And then we're playing F major 7th, so that's based on a G bar chord on the 10th fret. And finally, E flat major. So the three chords here are going to be F minor 7th, B flat 7th, and then E flat major 7th. Let's try that. So an F minor 7th shape based around this 10th fret would be based on a G minor bar chord. So it'd look something like this. And coming back down, we're going to be playing B flat 7th, so that would be based on sort of a C bar chord around the 10th fret. And then E flat major is just the E bar chord on the 11th fret. Okay, so that's it. You can see if you play through this that the shapes actually work their way up the neck. So one of the fun things that you can do is to start low down, let's say the 3rd fret, the 2nd fret, and just work through them over and over again and work your way up the neck through all of the different positions as you play it over and over again. And that's a useful way of drilling it as well. So give it a go and see how you get on, and we'll chat next time. See you later.